The forest is full of moments no one could ever script. Bold, precise, unpredictable. Perfect cuts, close calls, raw power, and those wild seconds that make you forget to breathe. Here, every moment demands respect. Welcome to the real heartbeat of forest work. The Steel 090 fires up with a low, steady growl, the kind that says it's here for real work. It leans into the giant trunk, cutting smooth and almost casual, like it's done this 1,000 times already. Each slice sends a deep echo across the field, and the massive log shifts, almost as if it finally got the memo. Raw power, with a quiet sense of confidence. A heavy scene unfolds, the John Deere 850J rolling in like it owns the place. It leans into the massive tree, pushing with the kind of force you don't argue with. Each shove is calm, deliberate, almost casual, and the whole tree starts giving up inch by inch. Just the machine doing what it does best. Just a classic winter mishap, the kind that shows up before you even realize it. The chainsaw slips a little, the tree leans a little too fast, and suddenly everything is closer than you'd prefer. Nothing dramatic, just one of those moments that remind you the forest has its own rules. A timber rig crawling through mud. Just another day on the job. The wheels sink, tilt, slip a little, but it keeps dragging that load like nothing's unusual. Cold morning, messy road, still business as usual out here. A man truck in the woods, loading timber like it's making itself a sandwich. The crane lifts, turns, drops. No drama, no flare. The whole rig just nods like, yeah, that'll do. Then it climbs the forest track, steady as a heartbeat. Quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need commentary. Ever seen a skidder hauling logs down a slope and acting like gravity's just a polite suggestion? It rumbles forward, chains biting in, holding the whole load steady on the way down. The forest answers with a heavy echo because none of this is gentle work. No finesse, just raw control on a bad incline. The log truck's rolling easy, until the mud decides it's time to stop. The dozer steps in to help, but the chain snaps and sends the truck sliding back. Just one of those moments the forest throws at you, and luckily, this one ended fine. In a world full of roaring machines, this scene hits differently. A trained draft horse follows quiet cues, pulling timber through the forest with surprising ease. No noise, no rush, just an old method that still works beautifully. Breeds like the European draft have done this for centuries, keeping a small, steady tradition alive.
Yeah.
Forget roller coasters. This is what a real ride looks like. A loaded log truck tearing down a mountain road, suspension working overtime, and gravity doing whatever it wants. Every safe delivery comes down to one thing: a driver trusting instinct, skill, and a whole lot of nerve. There's something special about a 72 Kenworth still grinding through the forest like it never aged. The old Cummins Big Cam and the Spicer box, yeah, they're relics, but they've written half the history of logging out here. These trucks crawled through mud long before the new ones showed up, and somehow they're still part of the backbone that built the Pacific Northwest. This whole setup is a choice. Cutting straight into a stuck wedge with the full weight of the tree leaning on it, that's the kind of tension you can feel from across the yard. And with a tree this size, it's worth more than the house right next to it. One wrong move and everybody's relocating. You hear the engine long before you see it, a low growl rolling through the trees. Then this post-apocalypse looking log truck appears, throwing up a cloud of dust like it owns the whole road. It's rough, loud, and honestly, pretty unbelievable to watch.
Fairly decayed tree.
What makes a tree so dangerous that explosives become the safest option? A rotted trunk hanging on a slope, leaning into another tree with nowhere else to go. Every logger knows this feeling. The classic nightmare scenario where cutting isn't an option, and blasting is the only clean way out. Watching someone work 60 meters up in the forest never really feels normal. A dead tree this size has to be taken apart slowly, one careful cut at a time. Safety line on the harness, chainsaw in hand, and nothing but open air below. Quiet, steady, and more dangerous than it looks from the ground. Some moments just stack up in the wrong order. A stuck saw, a tense pull, and a few seconds of pure uncertainty. Yet somehow everything still ends up all right. And I've got to say, that high-vis vest and that boldly patterned shirt do make him stand out. Three kilos of thermite on a stump. Yeah, that'll wake the whole yard up. One bright flash, one loud blast, and the stump basically gives up.
I think it's safe to say that that is a 100%. That was a success.
These guys remove stumps the fast way, with a little boom. Quick, neat, and seriously effective, as long as you know exactly what you're doing. And judging by that crater, this one definitely did its job. That's it for today's Forest Madness. Hit subscribe. The next round gets even wilder.